Welcome back, one and all. We are in China this week. Relatively full grid, and it should be a good one. Currently a wet start for the practice, qualifying, and we'll see how it all goes out. My apologies, most of our racers are now out on the track. And it will be able to go into their hot lap to start. 16 racers. We'll be cutting down a few first. Qualifying. This is for the sprint. And 1, 2, 3. Heading into 4. Up on 5 at the moment. Hairpin for 6. Sweeping left-hander for 7 coming up. Straight away into a sweeping right-hander for 8. Ooh, big spin for Trill. Big spin for Trill. Not sure if that's invalidated the lap for him or not. Find out. It has not invalidated the lap for him. Round 13, long straight to a heavy right-hand hairpin. 14. Alien and Chubby Slug approaching fast on Chiv's tail. And he goes straight into the pit lane. Gonna duck out on that first lap. Not happy with the way it went. Chris Alien, 143. Chubby Slug, 143.01. Chiv with a 143.9. Chiv coming in 143.9 as well. Skarma pacing up. Round 14. Clean lead, no lockups. L and Pace both for Ferrari. 142.6 and 142.8 respectively. Fatboy Sims 143.2. Glanda 144.2. Skarma 142.9. Raz Living 145.7. K-Pax 143.9. Yari putting in a 144 flat. Dale absolutely gunning it down to turn 14. Through 15. Trying to recover some of that speed. Plunging down to 16. Pulls it together. Really piling on the power. That's a 143.5. Putting himself 8th at the moment. Lucullus on an outlap. Craig coming in. Setting a 145.4. Just ahead of Baz Living. Outlap for Lucullus. No improvement for K-Pax at the moment. Craig potentially looking for some improvement here. No improvement for Craig. As it stands. Give into pit. We are on for Lucullus. First hot lap of Q1. L sets a new fastest lap with a 142.2. 3/10 of a second faster than Chrysalien. Lucullus with a purple sector 1. Pace jumping Chrysalien as well, joining his Ferrari co-partner in second. Skarma jumping ahead of both of them, setting a 142 flat. Not liking the challenge, coming back out for a hot lap. Lucullus sets a purple sector 2. He'll be setting good pace at the moment. Really is a hell of a long straight with rather nasty hairpin. Chubby Slug jumps both Ferraris with a 142.1. Lucullus comes in with a 142.8, losing quite a lot of speed after those two purple sector 1 and 2s. Not be pleased with himself on that one, but there's not much that can be done about it. Pace having invalidated. L going for another run. This alien looking jump. Skarma loses a little bit of time there as he locks up. Skids out a little bit. Purple sector 2 still. Down 0.6 of a second at the moment. Would bring him within first position. Skarma appears to either disconnected or retired. Trill sets a new fastest with a 141.9. Alien's back end sliding out a little bit there. Hope it doesn't cost him. Puts him in second place with a 142 flat. 30 seconds left of Q1. Rob sitting this one out. Will go out in the first qualifying stage. Heavy Slug also retiring. L putting in for a 142 flat. 1,000th of a second behind Chris Alien. Rob now retiring. Good exit. Pace jumps it with a 141.1. 0.8 of a second faster than Trill. A huge jump right at the end of Quali 1. Let's hope he's kept some in the tank these later stages. Pushing very hard on these inters. I believe that is everyone retired now. Q1 officially finishing. Rob and Baz Living, I believe, will be who we are losing going into Q2 for the sprint. It's a brief pause while we wait for our racers to link up and prep. There we go. Formation lap, preparing to go into the sprint. Sim leading us off. And it'll be Chris Alien, Krill, Elliot in 4th, Skarma in 5th, Chubby Slug in 6th, Lucas in 7th, Fat Boy Sims in 8th, 9th goes to Niari, Dale Potter in 10th, K-Pax in 11th, Chiv in 12th, 13th is for Craig Brook, 14th is for McLando, Baz Living in 15th, Rob Wills in 16th. Not sure if Rob Wills is actually at the controls at the moment or if he is ghosting along as AI. Completely changed weather conditions for the sprint from the quali. Nice dry, sun-baked track. You can see this changing everything. Everyone on mediums at the moment. Will we see a repeat of last week's turn 1 and another heroic performance from Pace to recover it? Or will we see a little bit of a calmer start to a race for once? Huge revving. Everyone closing up. Dalen's got the inside edge on Pace through turn 1. Flattening out into turn 2. Krill unwilling to give up on potentially jumping Pace. Doesn't look like there was much contact. Everyone kind of chilling out a little bit. A little bit of dogfighting in the rear of the pack. Craig up 2 positions, Dale down 2. Not really willing to give up on any positions at the moment. All Pace has lost out 3 positions. L jumping his teammate, Trill doing the same. Like getting caught up in the train. Yara going wide. Re-entering the track. On this long straight. Who's going to outbrake who? Ooh. Very tight through that. Alien's heading a 1:37. New fastest lap. DRS online. Lando eyeing up the rear end of Dale. Wants it. Pace jumping Skarma. Fighting back into position. Chubby Stud eyeing up Skarma as well. Sees a weakness. Looking to capitalize. Keeps on him. Backing off potentially to set up for the next corner into 11 through 12 and 13. Lando closing up. Skarma again pushing. Right on the back end of Pace. Pushing hard. Potentially won't outbrake him this time. Whoa, Pace has to swerve. There is contact between Skarma and the back end of Trill. Pace diving out the way to avoid collision. Good decision making there, but it has cost him. Trill and Chubby Slug battling it out. Neither willing to yield the place. Chubby Slug staking his claim. Whoa. A little bit of a Titanic back and forth there. Chubby Slug now having cemented his claim on that position, pushes hard. Build up a little bit of a gap. Pace looking to try and retrieve some of those positions he's lost. Unfortunate in how all that shook out there. However, it was a good sportsmanly call from Pace to dive and exit the track rather than cause a crash. Chubby Slug eyeing up Skarma again. No real potential at the moment for an overtake. Skarma pulling away a little bit. Lucullus hungry for that position from Trill. Chiv doing the same to Craig. K-Pax, same with Boy Sims. Almost 2 seconds built between Elliot and Chris Alien. Four laps into this 10-lap sprint. It's long old straight into the turn 14 hairpin. It's more of a game of chicken than anything else. But it's who blinks last wins. Dale jumping Rob's Ghost. Trill really piling on the pressure here. Garma a little wide. Bit of a wobble. Garma jumps L. Chubby Slug looking to do the same thing. Elliot says, no thank you, Skarma. I think I'll have that right back. Chubby Slug outbraking L on that corner. Does he recover it? Or will Chubby Slug take second? Chubby Slug takes second off of him. Slams on the anchors there. Tiny bit of contact potentially. Skarma right on L's wing, as well as Lucullus coming up the inside of Skarma. Wall slides. Doesn't quite keep it together. Trill dropping back as well. Just finding a gap. Blocking Trill. Skarma eyeing up Ferrari Elliott again. Little nudges here and there. Pace and Trill battling it out. .3 seconds between Chubby Slug and Chris Alien. 1 second between L and Chubby Slug. Trying to reel him back in though. The wide angle attack. Brakes late. Good right on Craig's bottom. Doesn't quite make it work. Garma goes wide there briefly. Lucullus looks to capitalize. Can't make it stick. All over the rear end of him. Lap 7 of 10. Now having dropped back, fighting with his teammate at the moment. Try and get past. Garma in third, Lucullus in fourth. Both Ferraris losing out to the kicks here. Trill picks up a time penalty. L jumping pace. Fatboy Sims jumping pace. And L. Fatboy Sims goes wide and then cuts in. Ooh. Little bit of elbows out territory here. Elliot really unwilling to let that slide. Trying his best to claw back those places. Trill trying to find whatever time he can to try and negate that penalty. It will really hurt him in this sprint race. Lucullus now eyeing up Skarma down this long straight into 14. Who's going to blink? Lucullus takes Skarma. Made it work. Two laps to go. Trill looking for it. For the miraculous gap to potentially form. Skarma to let him through. The only Aston Martin on the track today. We'll blink first. Trill really going deep. Ooh, picks up a 3-second, cuts across everyone. That is going to cost him. 6 seconds is huge here. That is the end of Trill's attempt for this sprint race. Lucullus, Fatboy Sims, it's all chopping and changing at the moment. Both Ferraris pressuring Skarma. Lucullus applying pressure to Fatboy Sims. Craig jumping Chiv. Lucullus looking to make one final play. Third in the sprint race here in China. Pace, Skarma duking it out. Whoa! Contact between both Ferraris. Shoving each other out of the way there to try and attack Skarma. Careful, boys, you are on the same team. Chiv pulling away from Craig. Both braking heavily. Whoa! Craig touches the back tyre of Chiv, spins him out. Yields the position. Chris Alien comes in first. Chubby Slug in second. Fatboy Sims in third. Lucullus in fourth. Skarma in fifth. Pace in sixth. Seventh goes to L. K-Pax in eighth. Chiv in ninth. Craig Brook in 10th. Michelando in 11th. Trill in 12th. Dropping back now due to the penalties. Not sure what just happened to Chris Alien. It apparently DNF'd. Don't know if that's a real one or if it's potentially due to disconnection. Trill currently in 13th. Dale in 12th. I'll recap them in but a moment. While we sort out the new lobby, I'm going to have a quick bite to eat. as it stands, we are going to go into a short quali into a 28 lap race. After that sprint, just getting the remaining players in now. And I've got a co-commentator joining us. For this qualifying and race today for the main event. Races. Who are we missing? Rob. Missing Rob at the moment. People readying up. I believe we've lost Rob for this race, potentially. Who will we see take the plunge first in Q1 for the full race? Sorry, not the full race. It is a reduced race, but it is a main event race. Chubby Slug first out. baked dry day. We're going to see how everyone fares versus the wet. Now that everyone's sufficiently warmed up with a full qualifying for the sprint. Sprint race itself having taken place. This track appearing not to be necessarily the favourite of any of the drivers out there today. However, showing itself to be a little bit more interesting than we first thought possible. At the very least, turn 1 wasn't as lively as last week in Monza. My apologies if I'm sounding a little stuffed up today. I am literally full of sawdust. So coming in. We are on. Board with Chubby Slug at the moment. Straight into corner 1. Corner 2. Bending back on yourself for the hairpin 3. Running out. On 4. Heading out to the back switch on 6. Pushing hard now. Very hard, in fact. Into 7. Sweeps round into 8. Very tidy. 9 pulling back on yourself. 10 confirming it. Another switch back for 11. Got a lot of speed into there. 12 and 13. Coasting out and round them. Letting yourself wash out wide. A huge long straight. Braking as late as possible to get round the hairpin. Washes out wide. Over the line, 31.8. Aston Martin. Trill setting a 131.7. Lucla setting 131.4. I'm having invalidated. That boy Sims 131.6. Chiv 131.68. Chris Alien 131.3. Just ahead of Lucullus. As Living setting a 133.2. Dale having validated. Pace rocketing up now. Losing a little bit of speed there. .131.7. Coming in 5th at the moment. Dharma's on for a push now. Oh, please put a time down. L on an outlap, as well as Craig Brook. K-Pack setting on 132.1. Galando with a 132.1 as well. Yari with a 132.9. Trill and Lucullus both in the pits. Lando in the pits as well. Fat Boy Sims in the pits. Chiv in the pits. Chris Alien in the pits. Track emptying out again. Craig Brook is on for his hot lap. Garma in fourth, jumping his teammate with a 131.6. 4. It's like looking to improve massively. Just misses it out. On board for Elliot's hot. Looking to keep himself tidy and actually set the lap time without gaining any infringements. Chris Alien coming out for another lap. Track very empty at the moment. Nyari saying a 132.9. Purple sector 2 for Elliot. As he enters the long straight. But most likely pressed all the way through the bottom of his cockpit. Pace on an outlap as well. Everyone running socks at the moment. Elliot setting 132.5. Plenty of time out there on the track for him to gain. Hope he's behind his own pace at the moment. Coming into the pits. Michelando on their outlap. Yari looking for improvement. The hairpins on this track really torturing some of the tyres. Yari does improve, only by a fraction though. Chris Alien is on for his hot lap. Outlaps for Skarma, Chiv, Pace, Michelando, K-Pax. Track will be busying up again really quick. 8 minutes left of Q1. Very late braking that. Gets it round really nicely though. .131.266, jumping his own time, pushing a little bit of a further gap between him and Lucullus. Pace having invalidated. Apex setting a purple sector 1. Stopping his own time by 0.2 of a second at the moment. Can he carry those all-important moments? Keeping a hold of the building it to almost 0.3 of a second. Would push him a little bit further up that leaderboard. Very clever, boys. Very clever. Apex putting himself at a 131.5 just behind Lucullus. Very clever little bit of team play there. If pushing hard. That Boyson's coming out for another lap. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in Q1. Baz Living also on their outlap. Having set a 131.6. 3 just behind Fatboy Sims. We're on board with Fatboy Sims for his hot lap. Currently 0.2 of a second under for a purple sector 1. Pushing very hard out of 10th, rocketing down to 11th, built up to under his own time by 0.29 of a second. Purple sector 2, can he keep this up? Holding on to that extra bit of pace. Would jump, at the moment, would jump both Mercedes. Wouldn't quite get him through Chris Alien. Chris Alien also on an outlap. Into the pits, track emptying out. Puts himself ahead of K-Pax with a 131.536, 0.02 of a second quicker. The racers keep this kind of pace up for the main race. It's all going to come down to strategy and stance. Both Ferraris having performed well in the wet sprint quali, now having fallen off the pace just a little bit. Quite a few races on their outlaps, sticking with pace at the moment. Purple sector 2. Minus 3.9. Minus 0.39. K-Pax is retired. Almost everyone is out on the track besides Trill. Baz Living now in. Moving in flat. It's big. Pace puts himself in second position with 131.329. Skarma with a new fastest lap, 131.24. How will Chris Alien respond? 43 seconds left in this Q1. I believe Nyari and Baz Living are both in the drop zone at the moment. El currently a full second ahead of himself. Full second and a half almost. Just under 3 minutes left to this qualifying one. Absolute screamer of a lap has come out. El setting a 130.9. Jumping into pole and retiring. Hell of a lap. Chris Alien on pace to potentially take it back. Cannot afford any slip-ups. Dharma has retired. Fatboy Sims retired. Trill retired. Craig Brook retired. Michelangelo retired. Baz Living has retired. Absolutely rocketing down the straight, Chris Alien. Braking very late. Chubby Slug improves slightly, finishing with a 131.343. Chris Alien putting himself in a 130.937. 1/100th of a second behind Elliott. The only racer left on the track at the moment. Nope, coming into the pits now. That is us. Q1. Gale and Baz, I believe, dropping. If not, potentially more races. As this is a reduced qualification, I do not know if there will be 3 stages. There may only be 2. Coming through Q1 is Elliott in first, Chris Alien in second, Lucas in third, Skarma in fourth, Pace in fifth, Chubby Slug in sixth, Chiv in seventh, eighth for Fatboy Sims, ninth is K-Pax, 10th is Trill, 11th is Michelando, Craig Brook in 12th, Niara in 13th, 14th goes to Dale Hutter, and Baz Living in 15th. My apologies, I needed some water there. Waiting for all the players to reconnect. Then we will be underway again. Come on, boys, let's get this going again. Ooh. There we go. Formation lap. Oh, that was literally the only qualifying. Understood. We're on for our formation lap. "28 laps. We're already running wide there in the formation lap. At the back. Green flags are waving for the formation. Possible strategies showing up. 3-stop. I don't think a 3-stop is likely. Sorry, 2-stop is likely. I think it will. Most of our races will either go for a 1-stop. Just try and hold on to their tyres. It'll all depend on how hard they push them through these hairpins. All of these racers warming up their tyres, wiggling them into place. And we're off. Chiv dropping 3 places straight away. On board with Lucullus. Elliott guarding against Crusalian. Chubby Slug jumping up the inside. Whoa! A little bit of contact. Something about. K-Pax fighting for it. Go for the wide here. K-Pax up 3 positions. Chubby Slug down 1. Trill up 2. Chiv up 2. Oh. Chubby Slug jumping K-Pax. Pace losing out. Trill pushing through the pack. Pace, Chiv, and Fatboy Sims losing out positions. Chiv unwilling to have it remain so. Pushing very hard. Skarma eyeing up Lucullus. Both McLarens looking to gain positions. See the moment. Chiv takes it. Puts his foot down and powers through. Onto the long straight. We may see some things chop and change as it come up to turn 14. And we go. No incidents at the moment. Kept it clean. Dale jumps, Baz living. Els, that's a new fastest lap. 136.9. Relying up K-Pax. Crusalian doing the same thing to L. Doing that outer edge. Doing it again. Makes it to Ive. Contact. Doesn't quite make it work. Lucullus looking to potentially capitalize on the failed overtake. Skarma looking to do the same. That time ricochets down the pack. Pushing very hard. Both of these kick drivers today pushing very hard on all other drivers on the track. We've seen them both perform very well and very quick on this track. And the long straight up to 14. Crusalian pulling fast. Brakes hard. Puts himself past him. Elliott not willing to yield. Gets back in front. It's pain to him. New fastest laps coming out rapidly. Crusalian pushing past him into turn 1 and 2. Lucullus seeing if there's anything that can be gained off of this overtake. All over the back end of Elliott. Crusalian starting to pull away now. The genie has potentially been let out of the bottle. We'll have to see what happens. Gap has opened up between Trill and K-Pax about a second and a half. Everyone disperses just a little bit. Looking to change that, however. Powering on. Does he have enough straight line speed? Just about gets ahead of Trill. Do make it through there without incident. Yari and Baz Living potentially coming together there. Around turn 14. Trill losing positions. Fatboy Sims jumping both Trill and Chiv. Craig jumping Michelando. Pace jumping Trill. Willie have it. Settle out. Coming together a little bit there. Runs out wide. It's boxed in. Forces the issue. Neck and neck at the moment. Pace makes it stick. Chubby Slug jumps K-Pax. Fatboy Sims 2.5 seconds behind K-Pax now. Potentially looking to close that gap down. Really starting to look to put pain to it. Fatboy Sims already starting to close that gap. Everyone absolutely rocketing up this straight into 14. This is where we will start to see things if the drivers start to get tired. Or at least a little bit less risk averse. Craig looking to make a move. Didn't quite make it work. K-Pax looking to do the same. Wants that position back from Chubby Slug. Goes for the inside edge. Doesn't make it work. Craig Brooks take it off to Michelando. Michelando takes it back. Everything settles out just a little bit. Elliot not quite willing to let Chris Alien go. Not really letting him build up that lead that he did last time. Only about half a second in it at the moment. Roughly the same between all cars at the moment. Biggest gap is Michelando to Trill with 3.6 seconds. Followed by Fatboy Sims to K-Pax with 5.6. And then Craig Brook to Michelando with a 2.3. 3 seconds between Dale and Baz Living. Everyone comes together at turn 14 through 15 and 16. Really tightens it up. Yari making contact with the back of Baz Living. Baz Living jumping 2 places. Yari pulls it back though. Battle at the back of the track is heating up. Ace looking to do some recovery driving. Chubby Slug pulling almost a second on K-Pax now. Closing in on Skarma. We have all of the medium tyres leading the front of the pack and all the hard tyres bringing up the rear. Craig Brooks has DNF'd. Pace making a move on Chiv. Chiv saying no. Oh, they outbrake each other. Both running up on the back end of Fatboy Sims. Medium tyre holding out just well enough. Oh, a little bit of contact. Chubby Slug jumps Skarma. Fatboy Sims, Chiv and Pace all battling it out. Trill looking to join that fight. Alien trying to build that gap at the front to keep himself nice and safe. Apex having dropped the gap between himself and Skarma down to only 1.2 seconds. Really working hard on it. Elliott building almost a second on Lucullus. A hard push. Potentially a big ask. Baz Living picks up a 3-second penalty. I believe that is due to track limits. When are we going to see the first person pit? My guess would be around about 12, 14, in and around there. Unless there is significant damage done to a car. Pace all over the back of Chiv. Lucullus really closing down that gap that had formed between himself and L. Gap between L and Chris Alien growing now to 1.4 seconds. Both Lucullus and Chubby Slug pulling up. Elliot trying to make some of that time back. DRS broken between Elliot and Chris Alien. Elliot goes into the pits early. Could be a 2-stop strategy. Chiv goes in as well. Where does he come back out? Comes out ahead of Nyari, and Dale now has a lot of work to do. Obviously has undercut quite a few of the drivers out there. Time's a leader. There is a 24-second gap between L and Chris Alien at the moment. Will we see this pay off? Elliot can start making some moves. Elliot onto a fresh set of hards. Chiv also onto a fresh set of hards. Pace jumping Fatboy Sims. Fatboy Sims into pit. But we'll start to see the undercut work if it is going to. Rocketing up there. Close it down to 23.9 at the moment. They've stuck a little bit in the traffic. Again, you've got to warm these hards up and get them to temperature and get them working. Take a moment to walk them in. Not a problem, Kowalski. It'll be fine. You can jump in next time if you'd like. You're always welcome into the commentator's booth, my friend. Always welcome. We see Chris, Alien, into the pits. Chubby Slug doing the same. Skarma doing the same. K-Pax in as well. This will cost the kick team quite badly because they double stacked. Will he get out ahead? Chris Alien gets out just ahead of Elliot. Elliot right on his tail. Chris Alien on brand new hards. Elliot on 2-lap old hards. He may have an advantage on the grip at the moment. Michelando, Trill, Pace and Luke all still to pit, as well as Baz Living. Skarma starting to chew up that gap. Chubby Slug jumping Baz Living as well. Again, they are now pushing hard to see if they can catch back up. Those tyres will be older. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. A little bit of a nudge to the rear. Outbraking one another. Good call from Elliot to back off there. Door was almost shut thoroughly in his face. Chubby Slug eyeing up Skarma. Really looking to put pain to him. Yari DNFing. Yari potentially crashing on the pit straight. We have a safety car out. Safety car out. Pace coming in under the safety car to swap out tyres. Trill pitting. Michelando the same. Pace not losing out that many places. Only one place down from his starting position. You're now under safety car at the moment. It'll bunch up. All of these times will crunch together. Everyone just has to watch their delta at the moment. Brill with brand new mediums. Michelando with brand new mediums. Baz living with brand new mediums. Niari was going in to swap out for softs. (13 out of 28). Only Baz living with penalties at the moment. All of that could change. Everyone has now stopped. Position changes as they stand. Chris Alien has gained one. Elliot has lost one. Luke and Skarma unchanged. Chubby Slug has gained one. Pace has dropped one. Trill has gained 3. K-Pax has gained 1. Chiv and Fatboy Sims have both dropped 2. Michelando in the same position he started in. Baz living has gained 3 and Dale is up 1. We are not seeing this safety car in yet. It may be at the end of this. Dale goes into pit. Dale pitting under safety car. Potentially changing his mind on what tyre he wants. Brand new mediums again. Potentially picked up a bit of damage. That is Dale on second stop. We are halfway through this race, 14 laps in out of 28. Dale catching up to the pack now. Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. We are ready to resume. Alien really backing that pack up now. Really trying to keep it all contained. Letting that safety car pull away as far as he can. And stack everyone right up onto turn 14. Google is desperately trying to keep heat in those tyres. As is Skarma. Everyone really doing that sideways wiggle. Chris Alien having really backed off. Down to 60, 50. Heavy on the brakes. Race resuming. We are back on. Diving down to the first corner. Come on, people, let's keep it clean. No major changes at the moment. Skarma eyeing up. Luculus. Michelando doing this aim thing to Fatboy Sims. Then she sees an opportunity. Fatboy Sims closes the door on him. Ooh, McFly eats a little bit too much of that grass there and slides. Trill seeing an opportunity against pace. Can't make it work at the moment. As we come onto this long straight. Gonna go for the inside edge. Has to tuck back in. Still taking the inside edge again. Ooh, everyone braking very heavy. Pace making room. Trill jumping him. DRS re-enabled. Baz, Living and Dale battling it out. The back of the pack. Baz chewing up a little bit too much of that curb there, touching the back wheel of Dale. Trill, having gained 4 positions, hungry for more. Slug doing his best to get away from him. Sees an opportunity on Skarma. Oh, doesn't quite make it work. He's still hungry for it. Lucullus seeing an opportunity potentially on Elliott. Lando jumps Fatboy Sims. Will Trill go for it again? We've seen him do it once before. One of these times I just feel like we're going to see a player not brake there and absolutely take everyone out. Only 0.1 of a second behind Skarma. Elliott keeping that gap tight against Chris Alien. Only 2 laps between their tyres. Still looking to make this work. Posts it down. Chris Alien. Do apologise, I did miss that. I was too busy watching Trill there. Chris Alien pushing down the straight, taking that position back from L. Lucullus taking back the position from Skarma, having jumped Luke and Chubby Slug. All chopped and changed there. Apex jumping pace. It reverses. It reverses again. We are 3 wide coming through turn 3. God, that got a bit hectic. Jill and Chubby's like now fighting it out. Chubby's like will not want to leave this away. but may have to. L building a second's gap between him and Skarma. Lucullus wanting to take that position back off of Skarma. Can't quite get himself round there. Makes it work briefly. Touches middle of the body, touches the back end. Careful there, boys. Really pushing hard down this straight now. They're alongside one another. Whoever blinks first here. Chubby Slug coming around the inside of both of them. Everyone's boxed out. Whoa, Lucullus pushed wide. Glide is compromised. K-Pax and Lucullus. K-Pax having to go very wide and off track there. Protecting his teammate. Trill having capitalized on it. Now ahead of both Mercedes. 3 seconds has built up between Elliot and Skarma. Elliot on the hunt for anything Chris Alien will do to let him past. Chubby Slug seeing what he can do to get by Skarma's defense. Trill eyeing both of them up. The battle could cost him it. Trill. Ooh, a little bit of argy-bargy there. Trill gets past Chubby Slug. Pushing very hard now. Lucullus sees the opportunity that was opened up for him. Almost a full second between L and Chris Alien now. Trill unrelenting. Who will break first? Trill sticks it to Skarma. Round 14. Can he hold it together? Chubby Slug jumping Skarma as well. That's going to be painful. Skarma takes it back off of Chubby Slug, but Trill is pulling away now. Half a second in it. Skarma chasing. Lucullus seeing if he can put pain to Chubby Slug, see if he can get back some of those places. Dale jumping pace. Chubby Slug jumps. Skarma taking back the position. This fight is by no means over. Trill, however, pulling away. Two DNFs as it stands. Elliot closing the gap back down to 0.4 of a second. Racing very hard now. Only a 2-lap difference. Safety car coming out. Safety car coming out? From what? Or is that something on my screen? Overtaking is still occurring. That may just be a bug on my spectator side. Lucullus jumps Michelando. Michelando looking to jump Lucullus, and he puts it to him. Making his way up this. Making his way up through the pack. Now closing in on Skarma. Lucullus jumping Chiv. Lando on the mediums. These could be coming to life a bit more as the hards start to fall off. Trill jumps. Chubbyzog takes it back immediately. Whoa, contact. Heavy contact between Trill and Chubby Slug. Skarma capitalizes. That may be an inquiry. Race continues, pushing on. No safety car. Potential damage, however, between Trill and Chubby Slug. We are not sure. We'll have to see. Almost, well, 6.5 seconds between Skarma and L. Almost 0.8 of a second between L and Chrysalian. Both drivers keeping themselves on a razor's edge here. Power is down. Chubby Slug making a lot of contact with the back of Skarma there. Skarma wheel tapping him back. Elbows are in fact out here. Chubby Slug comes round him. Drill jumping Chiv. Get back to touches. Ooh. Touches Michelando. Has a little bit of a wobble. Michelando is through though. Having gained 6 positions now. These new mediums, or these mediums, starting to show a little bit better than the hards that are aging. 5 laps to go. Nicholas jumps Chiv. Keeps it together. Pace dropping off. Dale overtaking him. We're starting to see some of our drivers slip and slide around a little bit as they try and hold their tyres together. Chubby Slug losing yet more time, slowly just letting it eke away. Pace jumps Dale. Skarma starting to see a big target painted on the back of Chubby Slug. Pulls him in close. Elliot looking for it. It'll come down to a mistake if it is. Either Chris's or L's. Hell of a race from some of these drivers out here today. Hell of a race. Garma dive bombing Chubby Slug into 14. Will he keep it together? Chubby Slug running very wide there. Very wide indeed. Michelando gets past him. Chubby Slug will not be pleased about that. Michelando just in front of him now. Looking to potentially chase him down. Gets boxed in behind Skarma. Michelando looking to make a move on Skarma. Oops. Michelando and Skarma come together. Baz living in the pits. Nope, sorry, Trill in the pits. Can she's a bit of damage. Chubby Slug jumps Skarma. Michelando in third. Hell of a race from Michelando. This is heroic defense being put up here. My apologies. Oh, K-Pax side. Oh, Argy Bargy. That is K-Pax checking the side of Chubby Slug and then Skarma tapping the back end of him. K-Pax, however, pushing through. As I said, I think we're going to start to see some tyres slipping. Chubby Slug with the power. Same with Fatboy Sims. Ooh, everyone coming together very tight. Who's there? Michelando now pulling away from Chubby Slug, building a 1.2 second gap. Almost a 9-second gap between Michelando and Elliott. Apex jumps. Skarma, Luke looking to do the same. Skarma in a very difficult spot between the two Mercedes. Shiv pushing on the back door of Fatboy Sims. I think this is going to come down potentially to a little bit of tyre wear. Our racers all enter. Here we go. No change as it stands. Everyone held it together quite comfortably. 2 laps remain. Pace into pit. Jumps Michelando. Michelando potentially not going to let that slide. New fastest lap set by Trill. Trill coming out on the softs. Pace coming out on brand new mediums. Let's see how that plays out. The bold play. It's a lot of time they've got to make up. Lando wants his podium position back. Really driving hard now. 10 seconds between Chubby Slug and L. Lucullus jumping his teammate. Slingshotting right up to the top. Cuts it in nicely. Won't make it stick. Looked like he was going to go for it there. May still. Both first and second potentially running very flat on these tyres. Potentially very slippy conditions for them now. Having worn these in. Elliott on the older set of hards. Trill closing the gap. Elliott holding on to that 0.2 seconds. Chris Alien not looking too comfortable at the moment, at least. As the Ferrari breathes down the neck. Pushing very, very hard now. Goes for it. Will he cut in quick enough? It's neck and neck into the last corner. Oh, a little bit of contact. This is going to force him wide. Very good effort there. First goes to Chris Alien. Second goes to Elliott. Michelando fighting for it. Will not get it. Third goes to Chubby Slug. Michelando in fourth. Skarma in fifth. Lucullus in sixth. K-Pax in seventh. Eighth goes to Fatboy Sims. Chiv in ninth. Dale in 10th. Baz Living in 11th. Trill in 12th. Trill in 11th. Baz Living in 12th. Pace bringing up 13th. I would agree. Michelando does in fact get my driver of the day. That was an incredible race from him. Pulling many paces back and really putting pain to a lot of those front runners. Having battled his way up through the entire grid. Bear with me 1 second. I will be back in just a moment with you. Hopefully with our podium positions. Give me just a moment. We will be getting our drivers in here in about a minute. So that will be Chris Alien, L, and Chubby Slug. If we are getting them, we will have them in there. But a moment for a post-race interview. Oh. All in all, a good day's racing. Potentially some inquiries to follow and some changes to the overall grid, potentially. However, some intense battles throughout the entire grid. Some unrelenting driving from both first and second. Unbelievable drive from my driver of the day, Michelando, to pull himself up to fourth.
Hello, Jam. I've just come to say hello.
How are we doing, Elliot?
Oh, there we are. Chubby Slug, welcome in.
Thank you very much.
I'm waiting on Chris.
Absolutely incredible racing from all of you this evening. Elbows out on the track and everything. And some unrelenting chases. We're just waiting a moment to see if we get Chris in here as well. How did that race feel for you all? Start with yourself, Chubby Slug.
In fucking tense, excuse my language.
No, you can swear here. I have been the whole way through.
Oh, happy days. Fucking absolutely intense. I have not fought so hard to keep a position in my life.
You were really in the mix a lot of the time. You were getting jumped occasionally by two people, then pushing your way back through, and it was a constant mix between yourself, Chiv, Trill. God, Skarma constantly just, every time there was a momentary battle between yourself and Trill, was just taking the opportunity to say, oh, well, you guys are fighting, I'm going to slip on by.
Yeah, any opportunity I can see anyone ahead fighting or even behind me, I'll sort of try and take advantage of that 100%. But,
yeah, you can't blame them.
GG's Chris, GG's L, you guys absolutely just flew away. Everyone else was fighting you, I just went now, I'm checking out, see you later.
I mean, I was very much in looking at Luke in my mirror on safety car restart and Chris ahead, and then I looked, at like my MFD, and I looked back and everyone was about 5 seconds behind. So I think there was a moment.
There was a couple of moments.
Just a few.
How are you doing, Chris? Are you as sweaty as Elliot and Chubb?
Broken, utterly broken. But yeah, I enjoyed that. I just said to Elle there in chat, I think just the nature of that circuit and the style of corners, I think whoever has the lead always has a good advantage off the long corners to get a run down the straight. I think if Elle was in front of me, he would have held the lead for the same amount of laps. I was really struggling at the end there. I think Elle put me probably under the most pressure I've ever felt in a race. It was kind of horrible.
I mean, it really was down to the line, that final corner.
And then I thought, oh, wheels get locked up.
Very nearly.
To leave Elle enough space on the inside. I always know he's going to go for the cup. He was so good, I just need to say, Elle on the brakes into that hairpin, he was, I don't know, man, that man on brakes is different gravy into that corner anyway. He was gaining so much, and I think that was the difference of, I just couldn't get away because he was... do you run no ABS, Elle?
No, I do run ABS.
You have ABS on?
Yeah, I do.
Oh wow, see, I thought you ran no ABS. You just, I don't know whether it was a setup thing or that, but there was no shaking that man today. Nothing that I tried.
Could make it count though. I mean, it was, as I said, there was all, because I could not manage the battery at all on this track, and I find it quite difficult to defend from the lead. I knew I just had to go for a last lap run, and I knew you'd give me enough space. 2 into 1 barely went in the last corner, but you know.
I know. I just, if you feel Elle, that, because I definitely know. Obviously, I says to you in the chat, the wheels locked up. I felt like I left enough space, but if I've put you on the grass there by any means, if you report that and ask for a position flip and you've had to take to the grass, I think it's only fair to do the right thing, because you're getting the run there. I only squeeze up to try and hamper that run, but by no means do I want to stick you in the grass there. So if you've had to take to the grass there, mate, I would definitely stick that in, because I think you were coming until we had that contact.
I felt like you left me enough space. I feel like you reliably leave me just enough space. Boy, you love a good fucking squeeze. But
he is in fact a bit of an artist when it comes to leaving precisely a car's width.
But I can't be mad, really. I mean, you know, I'm happy with second. The streak of pole not winning the race continues now halfway through the season. But yeah, I can't really be mad with second.
I cannot lie, in the last 5 laps that kind of came to my mind. I was like, oh, if El gets me, he breaks that streak, and it just kind of spurred me on a little more.
A little bit of that competitive edge came out.
See if we can carry that streak to the end of the season.
Oh, well, gentlemen, it's been an absolutely amazing race to watch. I look forward to seeing what inquiries come in and what effect it has. But from the broadcaster here, it was a delight to watch. Plenty of battles throughout the whole grid. An intense chase between pole and second. Commenting in that final lap. Unbelievable, all of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And from all of us here at P0, it's been an incredible Chinese Grand Prix, and we will see you next week.